All right. Now, Dr. Vincent Giampapa almost needs no introduction. He is one of the first presidents of the American Academy of Anti-Aging. He's got patents on surgical techniques. He was the 2013 Edison Award winner. I mean, it just goes on. And he's on our medical advisory board. He's been nominated for a Nobel Prize. Ladies and gentlemen, my esteemed colleague, Dr. Vincent Giampapa.
Bring to you some of the, I think, one of the most important advances that people in general don't have the opportunity to utilize, and that's the new Zen Body System. You know, I've treated patients over the last 30 years with advanced anti-aging techniques and science behind how to stay healthy, how to keep your body in optimal shape, and more importantly, a body that's healthy, a body that looks youthful, a body that functions better, lets you enjoy your life, lets you enjoy everyone around you. And no matter how much money you have, without a healthy body, nothing really matters. Today, I'm so proud to be able to introduce this whole system. And you know, over the last few years, we've been looking at my research in particular. Where does the aging process really happen? And both the Zen Body System, the AM/PM products you all use, as well as the other products designed here, really focus on the core location of where aging occurs, and that's inside each one of the 50 trillion cells that you have in your body. And you know, for the first time, we're really starting to understand the science behind that and how we can enhance and improve the function so that our lives are better and those around us have a better and healthier life. So the Zen Body System really focuses on where the aging process originates and occurs, and for the first time, I think Jeunesse, without a question, is the first company to bring this scientific approach and information to all of you. So the Zen Body System actually addresses the root cause of why we age and our bodies change. And then it gives you the tools to do something about it. And frankly, just about everybody I know in the past who was looking for this information had to go to an anti-aging physician or a specialist in hormones or diet treatment. The science has been condensed and put into such an easy format here by Jeunesse that I have to say I don't think you really need to go to a doctor anymore. I think the masses of you really are going to be able to experience something you've never had the opportunity to experience before. So let's take a look at some of the famous people and what has the aging process done to them, okay? Well, we all know James Bond. And on the left, we have him at 30 and on the right about 65. So what's really happened here? Okay, what's happened here is what happens to all of us. And up until now, we really didn't know the secret. How many people recognize this gentleman? Okay, Captain Kirk. Well, the same thing happens to us that happens to all the stars, and it happens to anyone. But we finally know the cause and what to do about it, and frankly, you don't have to go to another planet to find out what the information is. We have it right here. Okay, so today I'd like to discuss the myth about weight, both loss and gain, the secrets, okay, and the answers we now have that have been condensed with the science into a phenomenal system here, Zen Body. So firstly, let's take a look. And by the way, I'm going to actually have a little test. So everybody in this audience is going to have to answer some questions as soon as I'm done. I like to do that, so I want you to really listen carefully. So when we look at body composition, or as we age, how our body ratio, fat and muscle changes, what we notice that in unhealthy people, you'll see they end up with a lot of body fat and less muscle mass. And that's part of what happens with the aging process, changes in hormones, as well as our lifestyle. And in the past, most diets would have you lose both body fat and muscle mass, okay? And what happened to you was, yes, you lost weight, you looked thinner, but your function wasn't really optimal, and more importantly, that was a setup for an unhealthy future health status. When you have that type of diet where you lose both body fat and muscle mass, you end up with more high blood pressure, higher cholesterol, more joint pains, and in essence, you are not restoring the body to the condition it was when it was young. On the other hand, a healthy diet helps restore more muscle mass and decrease your body fat. And with that approach, what happens is you actually get healthier. Your cholesterol goes down, your blood pressure goes down, you're more functional, you have less body pain or joint pain. And that's what we've been doing in the anti-aging clinics and the research labs, is looking at how do we manipulate and not only make you lose weight, but make you look more toned, make you act better, walk better, feel better, but more importantly, keep the weight off, okay? So the key secret, most diets have you become a small fat person. Now, I know that sounds kind of contradictory, but really what happens is, if you take a look at people who are on your typical diets, because they lose both body fat and muscle mass, they haven't changed their ratio, how much muscle and fat they have, so they don't burn calories more efficiently. Okay? Today's diets fail because they don't address the science that happens inside your cells, inside your fat cells, and with the key hormones that are involved with weight loss and muscle gain. Okay? Now, for the first time, Jeunesse has put together science, products, and more importantly, made it easy for you to use this on a daily basis. And before this whole conference is over, you will all leave with something you never even thought possible. You will leave with the ability, in a matter of weeks, to see a dramatic difference in how you look and feel. Okay, so today we can take a look at, for instance, inside the body with these new types of computers that actually give us a chance to look at how much body fat and muscle mass we have. And in my office, we actually have a machine that does this, and we can actually follow people. Okay? That was an expensive process, and frankly, we really had to have a lot of money to go through this. We don't need to do that anymore because we now know how to manipulate the body to create these changes. Now on the right, you have somebody with more fat, more body fat, less muscle, and frankly, we know now that that's a path to accelerated aging and poor health. On the other hand, if we have less body fat and more muscle mass, we're going to have a healthier body. So this is not just about cosmetics and looking good in your clothes. This is really about staying healthier, looking better, feeling better, and improving the quality of your life. So diets in the past didn't address this. Jeunesse is addressing this with the latest science. Okay. So how do we get there and maintain it? And what are the causes of this in the first place? Well, let's take a look at this. You know, there's a lot of causes that really we're confronted with today in the 21st century. We all have a very busy lifestyle. We don't have the time to cook fresh foods or eat what we need. We don't normally get the right amount of protein or the right types of carbohydrates. So how do you get all of that in the fast-paced world of the 21st century? Well, you have to be able to have a system that gives that to you conveniently. Okay. So the first thing we want to know is, again, this is not about weight loss, it's about fat loss, and particularly fat around your tummy. Now, one of the common things that I do, and I try not to do, but when I see people I'm walking down the streets, I can look at someone's body and tell you pretty much what the cholesterol level is, the triglyceride level is. I can virtually tell you almost within a small fraction of what their hormones are like by looking at them. And when you see somebody with a lot of body fat around their waist, you immediately know that there's a problem with a couple of key hormones. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to make every one of you experts on all these hormones. Now, inflammation is one of the key contributors to everybody getting heavier and their body composition changing. Okay? And when I'm talking about inflammation, it is not about the joint pain you think of, but it's about the compounds your cells start to create as you get older that impacts how fat is stored and how fat is removed. Okay? And with inflammation, obviously, the key hormone that's involved, and this is something relatively new, I'd say, in the last decade, is a hormone called leptin. Has anyone heard about that hormone, leptin? Okay, so I'm going to give you a little saying. Leptin lets you know when you're full. Okay? So what does leptin do? It lets you know when you're full, you had enough to eat. And that's the key signal that gets interrupted if you have a lot of inflammation. So when leptin isn't working, you want to continually eat more. You don't burn off your body fat, and actually you start to store your body fat more and more. Okay, what else does increasing inflammation do to the body? Well, it slows your metabolism, your posture gets poor, your endurance is poor, and your energy level throughout the day gets less and less. So this one hormone can do a lot of damage to both your appearance and your function. Lifestyle factors are probably one of the major contributing causes to inflammation as well, particularly high sugar foods. I have to say, McDonald's is probably one of the worst things we can look at. Not only does it raise your blood sugar, it raises your fatty acids, it raises your cholesterol, and fast foods in general, the human body was not designed to run on. They're fine for a treat. I don't say don't go. I say once a week you should splurge, but the rest of the week you really need to follow the new way of living, and that is really helping your bodies and your cells live healthy and optimal. Stress, lack of sleep, lack of exercise is one of the key things we're going to talk about here, and it doesn't have to be a complicated exercise program every day. It just has to be a routine. So in a number of my books I talk about the following. You know, we all have bad habits, right? We don't eat right, we don't exercise right, maybe we don't sleep enough. But the secret is this. Once you're given the information you need, and you learn that information changes habits. Habits change your activity, and activity changes your body. So it all starts with the information. Okay. Muscle mass. You know, minimizing muscle loss and regaining muscle. Well, what happens to all of us as we age is that every year we lose a couple of percentages of muscle mass after 40 or 50. And that is basically due to a couple of things. As we age, the outside of our body just doesn't age. Our intestines age. So even if you ate the perfect food, perfect breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you wouldn't absorb or digest the protein you need to make your muscles. So don't think about, diet alone, a perfect diet alone, usually after 45 or 50 is not enough. So what's really important are getting the right amino acids and having the body be able to break them and make them available to build muscle. For instance, Zen Fit, which is the essential amino acid drink, is a unique blend of pre-digested proteins. 20 grams of protein in one little drink. Okay, and that's a lot of protein and very, very few carbohydrates. More importantly, Zen Fit has a special type of amino acid called a branched chain amino acid. And L-leucine is the name of that very special amino acid that helps you build muscle much, much quicker. So the science behind these products has looked at what do we need if you're 40 and over.
Jeunesse, we are redefining youth.